very lame little slate we've got tonight, but we're going to do our best to try and see what we can do anyway. And I am going to just go complete contrarian and do basically what we talked about earlier. I'm not playing a couple. I'm only playing a couple lineups, but I'm going to play Verlander and Smiley and a Cubs Mets combination with like a 4-2-2 with Cubs Mets in Cleveland. What are you doing?
Yeah, so it depends on. Interestingly, in MME, I have more Strider than in the big buy-ins.
Mhm.
In the MME, I do have like 54% Strider, which is probably like
That's
below
pretty
the
low,
field, probably below the field actually.
Yeah.
And then I have the equal amount pretty much of Detmer, Smiley, and Verlander.
Mm-hmm.
I'm under whatever. I have 15% Barrios. I also took 15% of the idiot from Boston just because he was 4K, just in case. The guy I'm really under. I don't know if I have like one lineup with Valdez. It's probably a mistake, but whatever. Can't have everybody. And as far as the hitting goes for me, I actually have 50% Houston, and then 50% Cubs, and then 40% Toronto, and then 20% Mets. That's where I went. Yeah, but in my big buy-ins, I don't know which way I'm gonna go. It's either gonna be Verlander Detmers or Verlander Smiley, sort of like you.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't quite figured it out yet. But maybe Smiley is the better idea. I'm just not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going. I'm going Smiley partly because I'm playing the Cubs, obviously.
Yep.
But I didn't do any 5-minute stacks. I think I did enough to get different, and that's all I can try to do. It's a couple lineups. But I'm open to talking through it. Like if I was playing a lot more lineups, say I played 3 big lineups, I do think I would probably have Strider in probably just one of them, just because I think that's your easiest path to get different on the slate in general. Is just to avoid that and then play it. Like even if you don't play a Met stack, just play like a Met. Play Lindor or play Nimmo or play Alvarez. It was a pretty good option actually. That would be my immediate way of just okay. You're going to have a different lineup than I really think it's going to be like 75% Strider, maybe a little higher, especially in non-mass multi-entries. And I just think that there's you could easily argue for the Mets. I'm curious with the ownership on the Mets. I do think Alvarez probably is going to be the one guy who gets any ownership from the Mets. And as I said earlier, you can definitely play your pitchers with your hitters. And
how many though? I mean, like not how many.
Depends on which pitcher you're using, but if you're, I would probably say you just want to do one. But if you did 2, I don't think there's anything wrong with that on this slate. I got my first inning started off so perfectly in the earlier day slate because I got the Dodgers going and I had everybody doing stuff or whatever. And then the first at bat, I had Kershaw, but the only guy I played at De La Cruz against him, and he singled and stole a base right away.
Yeah.
Of course, didn't give up a single thing, which I kind of wish I would have played more because I actually think that I would have locked Kershaw in or just about. And I don't know. Did you have any luck earlier today?
No, not really. I mean, like you pretend you have a chance, but I didn't really have a chance.
Yeah, I hear you. Anything you probably? I'm not even gonna ask you. I almost asked you about golf, but then I realized you don't.
Nah, you shouldn't.
Things to say. I just like to know if my guys have a chance to make that cut.
Right.
So that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, I had a couple guys bounce back from +3s to now unders. So like Adam Hadwin was up to a horrible start, and now he's under. So that's good.
They were actually tracking the his score wrong in the ESPN. It was weird.
Really? I was on DraftKings.
They had it minus. Yeah, DraftKings had it right, and the tour site had it right. But if you're watching on TV, they were giving him like he was -1 the whole day and finished -2, but he actually only finished -1.
And he was +3 at early in the day. That's weird.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Who would you rather take? And again, the answer is unfortunately in this particular stage is not rebuild, or if you were a choice between these two things, two catchers, either Reese McGuire for Boston hitting 8th as part of like a 2-man Boston, or a one-off of Kirk from the 5-hole at 2,800.
Reese McGuire or Kirk?
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
It's Kirk by about 1,000 miles.
Even if the McGuire thing complements a 2-man Boston stack?
For me, I don't see that as really being much of a. I mean, it's something, but like, yeah, I actually like in general. There's some catchers that even with stacks, I just don't play. And again, you don't necessarily need home runs on these slates, but you've got a guy who will probably get 2 or 3 at bats, who has absolutely no semblance of any power whatsoever, hasn't hit a home run, and I think his last 150, 200 plus at bats. So I definitely wouldn't play Reese McGuire.
Okay.
Of course, here comes the 2 home run Reese McGuire night, right?
Okay, so here's another question. At first base, would you rather play a Brandon Belt or a Tristan Casas?
Casas.
Okay. That's easy.
How did Naylor go against lefties? I'm going to take a quick look. It's one more thing with Naylor. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah. So I just really don't like that. That's the other way I think of getting different on these sites. I just think you can pick out the best bats. I actually did like a little exercise and thought, okay, if I had to take one bat from each team, and who would I take, sort of thing. It would be Jordan always from Houston, or Kyle Tucker. From Toronto, it would be Vlad or Kirk or Bichette. And then for Boston, if you had to try to prioritize anybody, I do think that Casas makes some sense because of the price. And I'm fine with Justin Turner, but I'd rather play Josh Naylor than Justin Turner.
And we're all rooting for my father-in-law the next week or two to get better, because unless he gets better, I'm not going to freaking Jacksonville. So it's on him. I'm going to blame him if I don't go to Jacksonville.
All right, well, we got to get him to get better then.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
You don't follow the hockey, do you?
No, what's happening?
Oh no, it's the Stanley Cup Finals.
No, I know. I just didn't know what.
Only because it was Vegas. Maybe you might follow. I guess.
I was like, I know what I saw. I saw people I knew at a game from the poker stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people were just some guys. I had a couple of friends telling me they were really deep in some tournaments, but I didn't see anybody. They didn't end up. It must not have panned out.
I haven't been playing the showdown, the hockey at all.
Scott's asking a question that I think I know your answer to. It's probably going to be different than mine. He said, Savali make any sense? I wouldn't prioritize it, but I think it's fine on this slate.
No, I just to know that since he asked, when I did a Saber, just so you know, remember this is all about transparency, right? Yeah. When I did a Saberson build, I ended up with 40% of him, and I completely X'd him out of my lineups.
Oh, okay. Love the transparency.
There you go.
That Sheets' answer. Yeah, I think it's probably a little thin, but like so is everything on this slate. I certainly would not try to play him. I would play Verlander. I would play Detmers. I'd play Smiley. I would play probably Dermody over him. I'd play Berrios over him.
You'd play Dermody over him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Dermody's going to be like low owned necessarily. Do you?
Well, what? Yeah, I mean, again, he doesn't look very good. I mean,
he's 4K though.
But he's 4K, yeah.
He's not to be good. If he throws 60 pitches, that's probably good enough.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But there's nothing wrong with Savali. I just wouldn't play any of them. That's my best way I can describe.
Yeah, I literally just like X'd him out. I kept some Dermody, and I just X'd him. It's probably a stupid idea, but I just X'd him out anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's good pitching conditions in that game. Not good hitting conditions. As I always keep pointing out, Boston is just completely a different team on the road. They just don't hit nearly the same.
Well, I mean, it's fair to say that every team is better not in Boston, right?
Every team is worse, not in Boston.
That's what I mean. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, there are some that are like just drastic. Like some of their splits are like they've had guys in the past that have like literally like more than Coors Field splits. Like it's incredibly extreme.
So I'm presuming that, not presuming. So what's without I'm not going to look yet, but what does Data Golf have projected cut -1 or something?
It's somewhere between even and -2.
Okay.
So -1 is slight favorite.
Okay.
But my Canadians are some of them are playing well. Roger Sloan, Taylor Pendrith, and then
Connors has the lead, right?
Connors in the lead. Yeah, the afternoon wave definitely was when had struggled a lot more than the early part of the day.
That Hadwin comeback was really big.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah,
because I've got everybody under in my 200 with Connors and Pendrith, who's very low owned, who's 3 under. So hopefully that can come through. Yeah, I did the 4 Canadians and Fleetwood and Kazire.
Nice.
My biggest Kazire's -1, Fleetwood's -2. I'm okay with both of them.
Boy, I'll tell you, I underestimated whatever. I've actually thought scores would be lower.
I kind of thought so too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting that we don't have. I mean, early in the day, you were seeing possibilities of -4 being the cut. You know what I mean? And then as the day went on, it sort of.
Did you see that hole, by the way, that Hadwin made a mess out of?
No.
He hit his drive into the middle of the fairway, and he just shanked his second shot, and just basically lost his mind. It was just a ridiculous hole. It's like something like that I would do. You know what I mean? As like an amateur golfer.
Definitely something I would do. Actually, I would probably ended up like 7 over on that hole.
Right. No, it was quite an interesting hole.
Do you have like a personal great round or anything like that you've had in your history?
Yeah, no, I've shot well. I shot 72 once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And then back goes out. It's a little harder, but yeah, I like Matt can freaking murder the ball. My son.
Yeah, he crushes it.
Yeah, he crushes.
Yeah, big dude.
Not even big. I don't know how he does it. It's like, it just has that width, that flexibility. It's like
yeah, you got the tall stuff going for you.
Yeah, Thigala +1. He's got to get it going a little bit.
Yeah, he's in a good lineup of mine too. I didn't play that many, but it feels like all of them feel very live to me. He's like the worst guy I've got. Oh no, Nick Taylor killed a couple of my lineups, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess he could shoot 4 under tomorrow, and that would be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, if you played what is this? Yeah, if you played FanDuel, you could have played the Phillies and like Zach Wheeler, who's the most popular pitcher on FanDuel today.
Yeah, it felt like a good night to kind of just limit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Thursday, June 15th.
Jose Abreu finally did get the home run. He has 1 home run.
He's got 1 now.
He's got 1. Oh man, did he rub it in when he hit it too?
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, he celebrated so hard.
Really?
When he got that first home run, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. I had no idea. All right, I might have to go in a couple minutes.
That's fine.
I don't think there's a whole lot more to go through sports-wise. But there's a real day tomorrow, so we'll get back on that.
What do we got?
Well, just going to be Friday's always going to be the monster slate.
There's no day slate, is there?
Never.
Okay. Oh, is that right? Okay.
I don't even bother looking on Fridays because there's only one team, the Cubs, when they're at home, play during the day, and nobody else plays anything but evening games in baseball. If there was like an NBA final, but even that, they wouldn't put the NBA finals probably on that day. So.
Listen, who's doing well here? Yeah. Well, Mitchell, I could use. He's.
Oh, they are playing the NBA tomorrow. Wow, that's weird. Hold on, let me double check the schedule then.
What do they play, Friday and Sunday?
I'm sort of surprised because they tend to like to do one Sunday and one Saturday first year, but I guess they want to get 2 weekends. It's weird to do a Friday one a little bit. They've been getting good ratings, Sheets. It's weird. Everybody's like, oh, the ratings are going to be terrible this year because of the matchup, and people kind of bought into these guys.
Because the NBA is an incredible marketing machine.
It is.
They are the best. They can rest all their players the whole season, and it still
doesn't matter. Yep.
Incredible marketing machine.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so the NBA's tomorrow. So we got some. We're gonna have some action going tomorrow. That means I need to get it going though. I want to close the season out. This NBA season.
I think you need to win like a big showdown.
It's time to do it. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, can I tell you what I think I would like to learn?
What's that?
I said I was going to learn it last year, and I never got around to it. Maybe we should do this because it's really popular. Mm-hmm. Maybe someone could come and like show us how to like play best ball.
Oh, Rody.
Does he know what he's doing? I mean, like he
puts a lot into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I want to play. I'll play.
Okay, yeah, let's get ready. We'll do a best ball. Let's do it before the.
What do you do? You have to set it up for the whole season, right? But you do draft. But I see all these stories about people like doing drafts like all day long. I mean, like what's that in the off season?
Yeah, there's drafts. I don't know honestly. The DraftKings version of it, I've never tried to play. So
the main one is Underdog, right?
Well, the DraftKings has huge tournaments for the things. I just don't understand how it works.
Yeah, so we need someone to show us, teach us what's going on.
Yeah, I think Rody and us will do it. We'll do it.
Let's do it. Let's get Rody. Yeah, he'll give me a tutorial or something.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good at that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Good luck.
I'll get out of here too.
Thursday. All right, Sheets. Have a good night, man. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Sounds good.